I was analyzing my gossip and trying to see what lines up, because things that tend to line up together to me seem to signify like, hey, they're in resonance with each other, and it's probably likely true, because the more things that line up, or the more things that are on the same vibe. And I've noticed that when things are just not the vibe, they don't fucking line up. They don't light up. Because the one time I was really trying to like press the energy. I'm like, but is this motherfucker abusive? Yeah. And they were like, nothing lit up. I'm like, light up, bitch. And they're like, no, we're not. No. And it felt like that. So this pattern of the energy actually grouping and classifying people together, even if I don't actually have any kind of words or things that are generally associated with them, but even things that I've made up, will still group the same people. It's what now comes up with me is a phrase that I made up called first man, first gent of the Nile, because I thought Mark Antony, if anything, was the first sugar babe of all history, the male one, and that tends to pop up quite a lot with me. Kind of interesting then, if it's a term I made up, quite literally called first gent of the Nile, that you're going to see that the people who I'm referring to, Mark Antony, have popped up, like Octavius Caesar popped up, you know what I mean, because they are closely linked. And then there's no reference to Mark Antony at all, but the current version of Mark Antony's favorite bitch popped up. The current version of Lucille Ball popped up. It's the people who are energetically linked to that name, first man of the Nile. And then Dionysus Encore popped up, which everyone knows. Mark Antony always was like, I'm Dionysus reborn. Even a phrase that I made for King Louis right now, which was Mr. Steal Your Girlfriend This Time Around, fucker, popped up. Isn't that interesting? And it popped up with the designation that I made of it. And then I also, because I was a little irritated, I'm like, broke ass fucker, do better next time. And then quite literally, the guy who is Charles popped up, which is blank, their first name. You know, the pervert king pops up with me too. So like, here it is. I quite literally looked up the pervert king, and I looked it up by the Agrippa number. So I wanted to see everything that matched with the Agrippa number, which is 178. And you'll see the pervert king. It matched up with Aries sun, which is I am. The same phrase, reincarnate Charles feels threatened because the nickname of Lilo wants to meet up and hang out with YC. Desi Arnaz popped up. Marcus Antonius Triumvirate popped up. The day that Mark Antony died popped up. Adam Dubarry, which was kind of like Madame Pompadour's rival, popped up. My ex popped up. The person that Lilo is currently crushing on popped up, which seems accurate. I think like another person who's associated. And then love of King Louis XV life popped up. Lilo full name in a previous life popped up. Honestly, let me know if you found these findings interesting and significant, because if not, I'm just going to write it off as, you know what, maybe I read too much into that shit, right? And then that would be the end of that.